everything set up. What's up, everybody? Hey, welcome to the room. Just getting everything set up. Give me a second. What's up, FaZe? Haven't seen you in a while. What are you up to? What's happening, FaZe? Live. I am live. I'm in. This is real life. What's up, NHS? Been on holiday. You probably did, FaZe. I got a terrible memory, man. I'm sorry. Actually, I have a weird memory. I remember like oddball shit that doesn't matter. I'll remember it forever, but I forget a lot of stuff. Other than that, I'd like to be on holiday somewhere. H1Z1. I like H1Z1. I think it's pretty good, especially on PS4. It's I like how it's customized for a console. Like when you pick up an item, it automatically equips the better item. I think it's pretty good, FaZe. It's better than PUBG. PUBG runs like shit on console. I mean, PUBG runs good if you have a nice computer, but on like Xbox One, it runs like crap. So like compared to that, it's really good. I've been playing Madden, and I was doing the Call of Duty beta all weekend. Yes, I'm looking forward to Spider-Man. You know what's funny is I went into Call of Duty thinking it was going to be complete trash. I thought it was going to be terrible, and I actually kind of liked it. And now I'm seeing like all the videos, everybody's just trashing it, and everybody hates it. But I think I'm in the minority. I actually liked it. I thought it was decent. So I don't know. Sometimes I don't understand people, but I'm generally getting the consensus. Most people didn't like the Call of Duty beta. I thought it was good. I liked it. I am looking forward to Spider-Man. I'll probably be playing like Madden until Spider-Man comes out. Well, Madden came out today, even though I've had it since like Friday. Officially, it's out today. Nothing else really. Not a lot of like, what was it? Overcooked 2 came out today as well. My PSN name is ccgamesceo. B Games. I'm CC Games. But I didn't go cool and all. I didn't go with the cool name and use the Z at the end. That's how you know you're real cool. You gotta put the Z at the end instead of the S. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of new Madden's a big game this week. I'm kind of bummed though. I'm probably going to talk about this on my podcast too, but I really want to play. There's a game that came out today. It's called Dead Cells, and it's kind of like a Metroidvania type of game, like a Castlevania or like a Metroid style game, and it looks pretty badass. It's getting pretty good reviews, but it's only out digitally right now, and the physical version doesn't come out till the end of the month. So I'm probably going to wait till the end of the month to get it, because I want the physical version. But I really want to play it, and I am tempted to, even though I'm tempted to buy it digitally, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait. But I'm kind of pissed off. I don't like that trend. I really hate this trend that's happening where the digital games come out early and then they come out later physically. What's up, Krell, by the way? Hey, what's up, Kevin Bro? Respect to you. What is an ETA failure on Atari? Yes, ETA was a ET. Okay, you had too many. Like, okay, ET was a huge failure. That's why they buried so many out in the desert. They actually made more ETs than there were systems. Like out, like I can't remember the exact numbers, but there were like, say there were like 1 million Ataris. They made like 2 million ET cartridges, thinking they were going to sell 1 million more Ataris. I haven't really tried on my friends list Wig Splitter. You know why? Because you don't want to get anybody hurt against the Browns there, Krell. No, they didn't sell very many. That's why they had to bury like millions of them in the desert. It sold okay. But they made more ETs than there were systems. They like made double the amount of ETs that there were systems. I'm good, Kevin. How are you? You got Shining Resonance. That looks like a good RPG. I'm not a big RPG guy, Wig Splitter. That's cool though. Yeah, see, well, that's the thing. You got to have Foles, and Wentz isn't 100%, so they're not going to risk either one. You're probably not going to play Foles even much of any time during the season. They're not going to take any chances. The Browns are going to roll the Eagles in that third game. It's going to get ugly. Our future UPS drivers are going to beat your future UPS drivers. Baker Mayfield's going to have 2 touchdowns, and yeah, I might get a TD, right? Actually, the Browns offense is going to be pretty good this year. I know that's crazy to say for a lot of people, but the Browns are going to have an offense this year. I know the Eagles have a pretty good offense too. They got a good offense. The Browns are going to put up points on people. However, there was bad news for the Browns today, though. Their rookie wide receiver got busted over the weekend, driving on a suspended license and possession of marijuana. So, yeah, you can never have it all good when you're a Browns fan. There's always got to be some stupidity that some player does or something. Yeah, but Carl, the only thing is you guys lost some players. Some players went to other teams, signed big contracts. So you guys lost some pretty good players. Really, there's an article that says there's another reason to laugh at the Browns. All right. That's like low-hanging fruit. Seriously. You guys are sitting high. You're cocky right now. It's hard to repeat, though. I'm interested to see, how your fans are, if you guys, come down a notch this year. You might not. You might stay up there. Well, that was stupid. That's why I'm glad that GM's gone. That dude, Sashi Brown, was terrible. Not only did he pass on Wentz, he dropped down to take Corey Coleman, who we just basically gave away. So we basically got nothing at that for Wentz. We got nothing for giving up Wentz. It is amazing You literally, Crow, you could literally build the greatest team of all time if you just picked the players the Browns passed on. Like if you just picked who they should have picked, who they passed on, you would have like one of the greatest teams of all time. Somebody did that for the Raiders not too long ago too. If the Raiders, and what they did for the Raiders is if like say the Raiders were picking second, and then whoever was picked third, they did one for the Raiders. If the Raiders would have just picked the next guy, they would have had like the greatest team ever too. Like it was actually a pretty funny article. No, Angel man, I play everything. I'm wearing my Brown stuff because Madden officially came out today. I've been streaming it all weekend because I've had it all weekend. But I play everything. I was doing a lot of streaming of Call of Duty. I don't play a lot of RPGs though. I will tell you I don't play a lot of RPGs. But I do a lot of action sports games. I play. I streamed all of God of War, Far Cry 5, whatever's the popular games at the time that I like. I'll be streaming. So, but now you're probably going to see me stream a lot of Madden just because I'm kind of all about football at the moment. So, and I did stream Call of Duty, the beta, all weekend. I'll stream Call of Duty this weekend because the beta's coming back online this weekend. See you, FaZe. See ya. It's almost morning. Oh, jeez. What time is it there, FaZe? Portland passed to Michael Jordan. Yeah. There was a if you want to look up something funny, you might be able to find it online. It's there's a comedian in Cleveland. He did a test where he took like these big red like discs and he wrote the name Mike Hologram. Mike Holmgren was trash. But I like Mike Hologram better. That's got to be autocorrect. But this comedian did a thing where he took these big red discs and he wrote the names of everybody that was available for the drafts for the Browns. I think he did the first and second round for the last so many years, and he wrote the names of who was available at the time the Browns picked, and he threw them in this pen, and he had two chickens that he put in the pen, and whatever disc they stuck first, and I mean he just took them and threw them randomly. And whatever player the chicken touched first, he did the pick. The Browns would have had an all-star team. We would have chickens could literally pick better than the people that were in charge of the Browns. It was crazy. You literally could throw a dart at all the players' names and pick better than the Browns have picked in the last 10 years. Luckily, the guy drafting for the Browns now, I actually think John Dorsey will be all right. So, Priest Holmes, are you a Chiefs fan? I'm assuming. I kind of like Dorsey, our GM now. However, given the way Corey Coleman looks bad now that our rookie that was looking pretty good in camp just got busted with weed, so. But with their poop, really? You sent me a link, like the last line, the moral of the story. Every single Eagles fans should thank. D. Podesta is still with the Browns, and Sashi Brown was the one that made that. Yes, you should. You should. Sashi Brown, if I ever see him, I'm going to punch him in his face. That dude set us back even more. I like Priest Holmes. Priest Holmes was a badass running back. Actually, I will tell you something about the Chiefs. When the Browns went away, when the Browns left and went to Baltimore and won 2 Super Bowls, which really sucks, I kind of rooted for the Chiefs because you guys had Marty Schottenheimer as your coach, and I still liked Marty Schottenheimer from when he was the Browns coach. And I liked you guys had Joe Montana at your quarterback. You guys were a pretty damn good team. I plus my initials are KC. So and I love the Chiefs uniforms. I love the red. Red is my favorite color. So I like when the Chiefs are wearing all that red. I kind of rooted for the Chiefs during that time, just because of Marty and stuff like that. So, and actually, one of my favorite players of all time was your defensive end. God, his name's on the tip of my tongue. That died. Who was the defensive end for? God, what was his name? That died. I can't think of it at the moment. He was amazing back then. Derek Thomas. Yes, Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas was badass. Not Junior Seau. It was on the tip of my tongue. I wanted to say Derek. I just didn't want to make sure I was wrong. Derek Thomas, amazing player. I liked him a lot. What's up, Wrecker Warrior? I'm about to close. I'm slow at the moment. Sold decent amount of Maddens today. I think everybody's home playing Madden now. This guy is weird. I agree with you, Gary. It's not really my thing. I think that's what you were trying to print. I got the hiccups. Derek Thomas was a badass. I could agree with that, Lawrence Taylor. I could agree with Lawrence Taylor being number one. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised either, Mr. Baltimore. I wouldn't be surprised at that. Krell, we have in the past had some demo units, but the thing is, like, those demo units are given to GameStop. Usually, we've had the offer to get a few of them here and there, but it's like way too late to get them, and we had to pay for them. We had to pay shipping and stuff, so I just didn't get them. And we have, like, I have the TVs here. I have all the systems hooked up. I just give people controllers every now and then if they want to try something. So, I mean, I have all this stuff hooked up. I just give them the wireless controller if they want to try a game or whatever. It's no big deal. At our other store, it's a little bit better. We kind of have an area away from the counter where we have a giant TV and we have everything hooked up, and we can let people try stuff there. If you look at the video of the walkthrough, you'll see the giant TV on the wall that's not by the counter, and that's what we do at the other store. And then we can kind of control it too, so you don't just have kids coming in every day and just sitting at your demo units. Otherwise, you'd have, especially at our other store, we'd have kids just sit there for hours. And one thing we used to do, especially at our other store, we had like 8 Xbox 360s all networked together, and we would have like Call of Duty tournaments and stuff like that. We got away with it when we got away from it when Xbox One and PS4 came out, because it just got too expensive and it wasn't as viable. But we used to have like a whole section, and we used to charge, it's like $1 a half an hour to play games, and you could play whatever you wanted. The problem we got to when we had all those games is we were basically cheap babysitting, and we used to have parents just drop off their kids and they'd pay for like 2 hours, and then we were basically babysitting for 2 hours. And I think we were too cheap was the problem. So we basically did babysit, kind of, in a way. But sometimes the kids would get really annoying. We had to make rules like you can only change you can only change your game out like every 15 minutes or every 20 minutes, because the kids would like, they'd start a game and then like 5 minutes later, can I play a different game? And we had all the systems. We had all the systems out on the floor, but we had wires going up into the ceiling and down. We actually had like 8 Xbox 360s all behind the counter, and we had, you know, like numbers on them, and they all went to a corresponding TV. So we controlled everything back there so nobody could mess with the systems. But kids would want to change their games like every 2 seconds, and it got really annoying, especially when you're busy. The Rams are pretty damn good. I don't know if they're really a dark horse team. Chris, I like the 360 better than PS3 last time. I did, personally. And 360, especially here in the States, was way more popular. Overseas, I think PlayStation was more popular. Not really. I know technically the PS3 was more powerful. But here's the thing, though. The PS3... it kind of had a bottleneck when it came to RAM. So even though technically it was more powerful, it had less video RAM to work with. So sometimes, a lot of times, actually, the 360 games would look better. 360 actually had more RAM available for the games. Whereas the PS3, a lot of the RAM was dedicated to video. I'm not real big on the technical stuff, but I remember that specifically. We would compare the games side by side, and a lot of times they would look better on 360. Now the games that were specifically for PS3, some of the exclusives would look better. You know, the graphics were amazing. I know Aaron Donald's holding out. No, I don't think PS5 will be a handheld. I don't. Maybe they'll do like... You know, it's funny you say that. Now, like Xbox, they have that Xbox Scarlet where they say one system is going to be the system, a normal system, the other system is going to be a streaming system. A lot of people just assume there's 2 consoles. I wouldn't be surprised if people just misread the whole thing, and one system is the basic system. The second system is like a Switch type device where you stream your games to it from your main system. I think people just misread the patents. So I could see Xbox, that's what that second streaming system is. I don't think they're going all streaming. What are the problems with Xbox One? I'll tell you in a minute. How's it going? Anything I can help you find? There you go. You're in the right spot.
Neither one of them texted me back yet. Well, no, they're in the group text.
$21.39 is your total.
So I think it'll be alright. I just need a couple texts back so I can go ahead and book it. Right. And Jake.
61. I'll get you back.
Oh, you don't have to worry.
Okay, let me get your receipt then.
As long as I don't drop in the lake, I'll be good.
Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Xbox doesn't really do good anywhere except North America. Okay. My main problem with Xbox One is, besides lack of exclusives, is there's really no point to own an Xbox One. All the especially if you have a decent PC. Every game is on PC. All the exclusives are also on PC, so they're really not exclusive. In my opinion, most people get a games console for the exclusives. And I think PC is becoming so popular, a lot of people are looking at, why would I get an Xbox One when I can get that same game and it'll look better on my PC? most people that get PS4s, they're happy because there's a lot of exclusives. There's a lot of stuff too. They're not only just exclusives. There's a lot of games, especially like JRPGs and Japanese type games that only come out on the PlayStation. They just don't come out on the Xbox One. There's not a when they went to that Play Anywhere, where you get it both on Xbox One and PC. They're actually like almost like steering people towards PC. It's better to have a PC. It's better to have a gaming PC than an Xbox One at this point. So that's my main problem with Xbox One. I don't see the reason to get the games on Xbox One when they're going to look better on PC, run better on PC. And you're not missing anything because all the exclusives are on PC. Whereas PS4 or Switch, you're not going to get those games anywhere else. Those games, you can't play Mario anywhere else. You can't play, like Horizon Zero Dawn, or you won't be able to play Spider-Man anywhere else. You have to have a PS4. So that's my main issue with Xbox One. That's what I think their problem is. There's no reason to get one other than convenience and, playing on your couch or whatever. But if I was just going to pick one or the other, I'm going to pick a PS4 or a Switch over an Xbox One because of exclusives. And the funny thing is last generation, I liked Xbox 360 a lot better than PS3. This time I like PS4 better than Xbox One. An all streaming system would be dumb. I agree with you. Yeah, it's the exclusives, Krell. It's just there's not a real good reason to own an Xbox One unless you don't have a gaming PC. If you have a gaming PC, if you don't have a gaming PC and you want to play some of those Xbox exclusives, yeah, but they're gonna look better on PC. That's just my main thing. Yeah, and the PS4, there's so many exclusives. My thoughts on EA. EA is, what? I have mixed thoughts on EA. I really have mixed thoughts because here's the thing. EA, they are kind of evil with all the loot boxes and stuff, that all the nickel and diming that they do. But I will tell you, from a business standpoint, EA is like one of the most professional companies to deal with, like for me as a business. They don't screw me on stuff. If whatever I order I get, they're real good at giving us price protection on games. They're super professional with just how they treat us the same. They treat us the same as if they treat the big companies, which is not the case with a lot of the other companies. A lot of the other companies, say I order 100 of something, okay, and then they'll say a bigger company needs more. They'll come and they'll cut all the little guys, and they'll be like, oh well, you can only have half as many of what you ordered, and the reason is because they're sending them to the bigger guys, the bigger companies. EA won't do that. So I actually like EA business wise. I don't like how they treat customers though with all the loot box shit. And yeah. Priest Holmes, I've been saying, if you've watched my channel, I've been saying that for a long time, and actually I've said for the longest time that it could actually save GameStop if you could buy and sell digital games. I thought I've said this a million times if you've watched my old podcast. I thought by now I would be buying and selling digital games and physical games. It is absolutely asinine that you can't sell your digital games, or you can't trade them. You can't give them away. It's stupid. We need to change our laws. We need more gamers to wake up and realize they don't own their digital games. If gamers would get pissed off about this and actually start talking to politicians and stuff, and we need to change the laws so that you own all those digital games that you bought, all digital software in general. And here's the thing, I get into this stupid argument all the time. Even when I'm on the podcasts and stuff that I do, I always get in this argument about digital versus physical. And I prefer physical, obviously. You know, I sell physical games, but that's not really why. The reason I prefer physical is because you actually own it, you can collect it, you can trade it, you can sell it. You don't own the game, but you own the disc that the game is on. So, and I don't understand why people even argue with me. I would love digital. I understand all the advantages of digital, but you don't own it. And I really wish you could, if you owned it and could resell it and trade it, I think it would be, I think you should be able to. I just don't understand why people even argue with me. They'll say digital is future. I agree. But you should, there's always going to be a place for physical. But I think you should own that digital game just the same as you own that physical game. And people argue with me, and I'm like, you do realize you're arguing that you like having less rights. And they don't get it. They don't click in. They just want to argue to argue. And the other thing about people that are all about digital, they just want to, like, there's too many people today that want to argue, and they basically want to argue and tell you why you're wrong instead of like really listening, and they just want to win the argument. So yeah, I don't want to get on a big rant of physical versus digital, but I've had the physical versus digital argument, or the debate, so many times that it just gets old and tiring. And there's like a portion of people, it's almost like they're rooting for physical to fail, and it's really, I don't understand it. It's just stupid to me. And the funny example that a lot of people bring up is, like, I guess Best Buy just recently, they stopped selling CDs, which is funny that they stopped selling CDs. I don't blame them. They're not making money. But you know what they still sell at Best Buy? They still sell records, which is really ironic. The thing about VHS kind of sucked, and those tapes degrade over time. Well, not only that, like, a lot of people don't realize, like, I know this is like so far-fetched, but if Steam goes under, it's all your stuff's gone. I know this happened a few years ago. Do you guys remember Ouya? Ouya had a bunch of digital stuff, and also OnLive was a big one. OnLive went bankrupt, and anybody bought digital, OnLive was gone. Music CDs, Jungle Band, they stopped carrying music CDs. Well, too, like, on the podcast I'm on, VGO, they had, Krell probably listened to this one, but they had the one guy from Puerto Rico, and when Puerto Rico had all their, when all the storms came through, he didn't have internet for like a month, so he had no access to his Steam library that whole time. So if your internet goes down or something like that, you're screwed. Your games are gone. So he played a lot of Switch during that time. Top 3 Zelda games, in my opinion. Link to the Past is one of the better ones. Breath of the Wild. And you know what? I really like the I say a 3-way tie between Minish Cap. I like Ages and Seasons as well. I'm not a big. I didn't like the N64. The N64 ones are cool, but they're not my top 3. I have played Killing Floor 2. I have it on my PS4. It's all right. It's not my favorite game in the world. Link to the Past is one of my favorites. Wind Waker's cool. You gave me 3. I had to pick 3 though, and I have a soft spot for like 2D games, and Breath of the Wild was just awesome. We can disagree. We can agree to disagree. We got 9 minutes. Yes, us older folks like the old games. I like 2D stuff. That's why I'm dying a little bit on the inside because I really want that Dead Cells game, but I'm waiting for it to come out physically. I gotta write some down for my podcast. What were the margins for the day? Pretty good, Priest, because I sold a pretty good amount of Maddens today. Yeah, that did kind of. I would say that's the one big negative on Breath of the Wild: the breaking swords and stuff. Definitely not breaking the items breaking. Yes, they should do it like they did with. Honestly, they should do what they did with the Master Sword. Once you get the Master Sword, it doesn't break, but it does need to recharge. So if they have like some kind of energy component to all the weapons, that would be fantastic. The Switch. I said this a long time ago. If you go back and check my old videos, the Switch will outsell the Xbox One by early 2020. No, it loses energy and it has to recharge. Yeah, it's weird. If they did that with all the weapons, I think that would be a good middle ground. But you know what's funny is Ganon, the final form of Ganon's way too easy on that game. That's the other thing. Some of the forms of Ganon were super hard, and then the last form, he was easy. The horse part, the first part was annoying. The first time I did it, I had no shields. You know what? I didn't even use my horse all that much. Yeah, Ganon did. The final form of Ganon was so easy. It was ridiculous. There were some of those, man, some of them were just like a pain in the ass, and I died. It was like Dark Souls level of difficulty on some of the forms of Ganon. And then when you get to his final form, he's a giant pussy, for lack of a better term. He sucked. He was so easy. I swear some of the one form, God, I probably died like 50, 60 times before I beat it. And I first try on the final form. I even went back and played the final form again just to make sure I didn't get lucky, and it was too easy. You're excited about Pro Evolution Soccer on the PS4? Or should it be Pro Evolution Football for all the people over the pond, on the other side of the pond? Sorry. I hardly bothered with the horses either. You know what sucks too about Breath of the Wild? I never got the DLC. I was planning on buying the DLC. But a lot of you guys that have watched me for a long time know my Switch took a crap on me because I used an off-brand dock. And when my Switch died, I lost all my game saves. And luckily I'd already beaten Breath of the Wild. But I lost my game save. I'm not doing it again. I'm not playing Breath of the Wild through again. So I'm not starting it over. So I lost all my game saves. The one that hurt too was Mario. I did beat Mario, but like to open up some of the modes, I was trying to 100% Mario. I was trying to go through and get all the stuff I missed. And so now I'm about halfway through Mario again. I am playing through Mario again. Fire Pro Wrestling. I love Fire Pro Wrestling. One of my favorite games of all time. I can't wait for it to come out on PS4. Well, see, Carl, I wanted to go through and do some, you know, I didn't find all the shrines and everything, so I wanted to go through and find the shrines and do them all. But I'm not redoing it. It's just too big, and I'm not doing it again. I actually got rid of my Breath of the Wild. I say I was probably about 80% on Mario. I'm. Let me check, Chris. I'll check on Fire Pro. I don't remember off the top of my head. I will be streaming Fire Pro when it comes out, though. You know what I should do when Fire Pro comes out? I should make like little guys of all the people that watch me regularly stream. Like I'll make a Krell and maybe a Christy. I'll make a bunch of guys. We'll have a Royal Rumble and let the computer battle out and see who wins. I'll make myself. Krell, like this fall. This is a good this fall. There's too many games coming out. There's just too many games coming out. I really wish they would stagger them some. I'm actually already negotiating with my distributor as to, like, you know, I have a certain limit of how much credit my distributor gives me, but with all these games coming out, I'm gonna need a bigger line of credit. It's gonna be nuts. I don't like it. I like when games come out like. Priest Holmes, I've been playing Fire Pro Wrestling since I was in college back in 1994. So I know all about Fire Pro. When I was in college, kind of shows you how old I was. We used to play Sega Saturn, Fire Pro Wrestling. You could have 8 people playing at a time. We used to have we used to have 2 6-player adapters, and we would do battle royals all the time in the dorms with Fire Pro Wrestling. I had the import version, and we had every wrestler renamed. We had every wrestler, you know. A lot of people didn't realize back then they had like Hulk Hogan, they had everybody in it, but they were named something else. But if you hit the one button, you know, it would change them to look just like you did in real life. I am a Fire Pro veteran. Yeah, next summer. Well, there's a lot of good stuff even coming out in the like early winter, like after the New Year's. Fire Pro comes out August 28th, by the way. August 28th. Grell, you going to be listening to VGO tonight? I'll give them a plug. I am on Video Game Outsiders podcast a lot. I'm not on tonight, but at 9 p.m. Eastern time, there's a live podcast. If you go to videogameoutsiders.com, you can listen to their podcast. It goes from 9 to 11. You can interact. They have a chat room. You can interact live with them. If you guys want to listen to them, that is the podcast I'm on a lot. Also, if you download their app, it's called Video Game Outsiders, either on the Apple Store or on the Play Store. My podcast is free. It's called The Game Store Guy. It usually comes out every like Wednesday night or Thursday. But my app's free. My podcast is free on their app. So check it out if you want to check out a free podcast. I talk about kind of the same stuff I'm talking about here, but I try to talk about new things. I'm honestly, Priest, I'm not a huge wrestling fan anymore. I don't really watch it anymore. I do love the games, though. I mean, I grew up a huge wrestling fan. Hulk Hogan, Iron Sheik, all the old guys back in the day. Thanks, Carl. Thanks for the plug. I did not pay him for that, by the way. I don't watch wrestling anymore. But I still love the games. I love playing the games. I can't wait for Fire Pro, though. We used to have tournaments in college and stuff. It's gonna take me back. I did play it on PC a little bit because it's been out on PC for a while, but I kind of want it on PS4. You don't listen to shit. Okay, I did once, and I tried to get through it. I should watch Kenny Omega wrestling. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I do. I enjoy the theater of wrestling. I think it's funny. I kind of stopped watching wrestling when I gotta close up, but I kind of stopped watching wrestling when they stopped wrestling and started talking so much. I liked when they would just wrestle. I miss them just wrestling. It's more of a soap opera now, and I miss just the wrestling. I like the wrestling part of it. When I was a kid, I was blown away watching those guys wrestle. So, yeah, it's when they kind of went to storylines. I just like the bad guys, the good guys, and also it got kind of stupid because they would I don't know, they would come up with these big storylines and they'd be talking backstage and showing it on the arena, what these guys are plotting in the back secretively, and I'm like the other guys can't see the monitor here, I don't know, it got a little too silly. I wish they would get simpler with the storylines, not more complex. Yes, I grew up where they just wrestled. I actually, one of my best memories, I'll tell you one of my best memories of wrestling. My dad, who's no longer here, took me to, in Cleveland, Ohio. I went and watched, the main event was Hulk Hogan against the Iron Sheik. Okay? And they beat the hell out of each other, and we had pretty good seats. My dad, after the match, Hulk Hogan won, but after the match, my dad found out what hotel they were staying at, and we went to the hotel, and we saw Iron Sheik and Hulk Hogan. They were at the bar having beers together after the match, and I got Hulk Hogan's autograph and Iron Sheik. I didn't have, we didn't have phones back then, so I didn't get a picture with him, but I got Hulk Hogan's autograph and Iron Sheik's autograph, and they were the nicest guys in the world. It was awesome. So, but after they just beat the hell out of each other, and they were just, they're totally friends at the bar, afterwards. So it's kind of cool. I'll never forget that. I didn't watch it, Eric, so I don't know. Kane's a mayor now of a city. Did you see he won mayor of a city? That's kind of awesome. That's cool, Carl. I yeah, that's one of the stories I'll never forget. Seeing Hulk, and you got Hulk Hogan's freaking unbelievably huge back then. Um, One of the other matches I'll never forget is I remember watching Roddy Piper and I can't remember who he was fighting, but they had a cage match, and Roddy Piper was climbing up the cage, and the guy goes to grab him, and he grabbed his tights to pull him back. His tights freaking came down, and Roddy Piper fell, and he's holding his junk, and he pulled up his pants real fast. It was so funny. I don't even remember who he was fighting, but I remember Roddy Piper thank God that happened back in the day, and it wasn't on TV then or anything, because his junk would be there forever. Hello.
Hi.
Do you guys need help finding anything?
Yeah, we're just looking around. Thanks.
Yep.
So fun. What's today, Tuesday? Oh. Are you close?
We closed now. It's fine if you want to look around. Yeah.
Oh.
No,
It's no big deal. It's no big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want.
We'll be real quick. We didn't come into.
No, it's all right. It's no big deal. I'm not trying to rush you.
I love this game. I love this game.
If you guys hear me talking up here, don't think I'm crazy. I'm talking to people online. So, what's up, Delve? Shh, Crow.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So, are you working, Delve? What are you up to? I'm gonna go lock my door. Is it stuck? I didn't lock it. Oh. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so what's up? You just got home from a meeting, huh? No, I didn't. I was hoping they'd buy something. So I think I chased away the one guy that comes in here by the name of C&C Games fan, the one that he has a crush on you, Delve. He's telling me to hook him up with you, even though I don't know who he is, and he was kind of being a weirdo. I kind of got mad at him yesterday. Today was supposed to be your day off. Did you get paid for going in for the meeting? Yeah, he was being a creeper. Yeah, he was being a creeper. He was just being really weird to me, too. So he got mad at me, said he's not wanted, and he left. So I haven't seen him. But yesterday he was, he won't tell me who he is, but supposedly he knows me. And he kept telling me he was you. And I said, you're lying, which I knew he was lying. And he was just being real weird, and then he got mad. So I lost one of my loyal followers. But he was being weird, so I don't really care. Then he was asking me to hook him up with you, which was funny. I'm like, yeah, because I'm Delve's pimp. Yeah. I'm like, can I please hook her up with somebody I don't know, random guy on the internet? Yes. And she has a man, so yeah, he'll probably become a troll now. Oh, yep, I am. Okay. All right. That's good to know. So I just gotta close up here. You guys can keep asking me questions while I close up. I can still see all the comments. So what was the meeting about? What does a Verizon meeting consist of? Hey guys, we gotta push the new iPhone X this week. Apple's got some kind of promotion. We really gotta do. Yeah, Mr. Homebody would punch that troll. I know. It was just weird. It was an assistant manager meeting. So you had to go. Was it at your store or a different area? You had to go to a different area. I hated those meetings when I worked at GameStop. What's up, Miss Kelly? I'm gonna get my paperwork 1 second. Yeah, it's about an hour away. Oh, God. I hate those meetings. I remember those meetings. No, thank you. GameStop would have that bullshit all the time. Yeah, why don't you just have it on the phone? Like, seriously, why don't you just do a phone meeting? Did I play any real sports? Heck yeah. I know I don't look like it now, but I was like captain of the baseball team, captain of the football team. I wasn't very good at basketball, but I did play basketball. But I was very, very good at baseball and football. I was our running back. I know I don't look like it now, but I was the fastest kid in school. So, yeah, I played a lot of sports. So, no, I was not an all-state chess champion. I was actually really good at sports. So, my house actually got voted like best hangout too, like in the yearbook, because I would have parties all the time. I was actually super popular, so I was I had a lot of fun in high school. I'll just say that. I had a lot of fun. That's why I like Madden so much. I love football, so I miss playing football. I actually had offers to play baseball in college. I got offered a scholarship to Ashland, which isn't a big school, but they weren't going to pay the full way, and Ashland's pretty pricey. So I ended up going to Toledo, and I did walk on for a little bit at Toledo for baseball. But Toledo's Division I, and they really just had me like doing pinch running and stuff like that. So I wasn't good enough, but to be Division I, but I was pretty good. Did I date the prom queen? No, I didn't date the prom queen. Dated lots of cheerleaders, but I've been pretty lucky with the ladies, especially when I was younger. You know what's funny though is my wife now. I'll tell you a story about my wife and me. My wife was kind of a band geek in high school. We did go to the same high school. We never ever hung out, never ever talked in high school. Never. We ended up going to the same college. One time I bumped into her at a bar, and all her friends were drunk, and she knew me from high school, and she was the only one that wasn't drunk, and I wasn't drinking at the time, because if you know me, I don't drink very often. And she asked me if I could give them a ride home because they had a car that was a stick shift, and she didn't know how to drive stick. And so I drove their car home for them back, and some of my friends followed me. The next day she called and asked me out. So I started dating her in college, and I never really even talked to her in high school. And we ended up getting married. So kind of weird. We even, you know what's funny is we even went to prom in high school with different dates. So we have pictures of when we were like seniors and we went to prom like as a group, but we were with different people, which is really funny. And now we're married. So Yeah, I'm sure you are, Miss Kelly, your Celtics fan. I think that's right. I remember you being a Celtics fan. I'm sure you're looking forward now that LeBron's in the West. But I still I joke with my kids all the time that mom was a band nerd and dad was the cool one. So yeah, so now you know the story of me and my wife. And we've been married a long time. So. Sega Genesis cartridges all. What do you mean, Marcos? I sell all that stuff, yes. That's the complete opposite from your life? Yeah. So I'm an old fart now. I mean, I've been married since 1999, so I have a 16-year-old daughter at home and a 11-year-old daughter. So yes, I'm an older guy. No, dad's still the cool one. Trust me, dad is still the cool one. Heck yeah, I got tons of Genesis games. Look, there's 2 Genesises in the box right up there. You met your ex-wife at Stanford? Thank you, Miss Kelly. How much am I going to do this deposit? 3. Marcos, no, I'm sorry. We really don't. You had 3 kids? That's cool. No, actually, Billy, she is getting my car. I'm getting a different car. She's getting a hand-me-down. But I have a pretty good car, so she's quite happy. Trust me. This store here, Marcos, is in Port Clinton, Ohio, and my other store is in Fremont, Ohio. Mercedes, yeah, right. Krell, I am not rich. I am not rich. Not by any chance. I'm not rich. I have a lot of games. If I ever sell this place, I'll be okay. But I'm not rich. Trust me. I wish I was. I don't have farmland. I live on a farm, but my house is just on the farm. My wife's parents, my wife's father, and owns the farm that's around us. We just own the lot our land is. I mean that our house is on. How much am I selling the store for? It's negotiable. I'm only selling this store too. I have 2 stores. I'm only selling this one. I'm not selling it for that much. I'm selling it for much, much cheaper. Yes, this is the Hard Knocks pre-show stream. David, I know you're watching it tonight. I can't wait to watch it. The Browns are on Hard Knocks. It starts tonight. Cool. Yes, visit us, especially if you're coming to Cedar Point or something. I might be selling this store, David. I'm trying to sell this store, the Port Clinton store. I've said this plenty of times, though, David. I've said I've been trying to. I kind of want to start like a barcade. So I want to do something else. So I am thinking I want to sell this store. No, we don't rip people off like GameStop. Some people accuse us of that occasionally, but nothing like GameStop. We always give way more money. But you can never make everybody happy, and some people do get upset because it's funny. Travis, the underwear sniffer, nice name by the way. You always get people that think their stuff is worth way more than it is, and they get upset when you don't offer them top value. There's always those people. They bought a game for $50. They expect $59 on trade, and they'll get all upset when it's not what they expect. So there's no way I can ever make anybody happy. So there's probably going to be somebody out there that will. I know there is for a fact. I've gotten bad reviews because I didn't give enough money on trade-in for something, even though I offered way more than anybody else would. And I usually get those reviews removed because in that scenario, I'm the customer. I'm buying stuff from them. Have I looked up custom bar top arcades? I've seen retro Japanese. Yeah. Priest, yeah, I have, but I restored the big ones, so I don't really care for bar tops. I mean, if you look, see, I got a couple arcades out there. At my other store, I got a few arcades. I restore them, so that's kind of like one of my pet projects that I do. Yeah, what do you mean my copy of Mano 8 still isn't worth $60? I've had that conversation plenty of times, Krill. No, I rent the store, but like everything though, the inventory, the sign out front, everything. I mean, I want to sell the entire store, and the inventory alone is worth quite a bit. I tell you, I paid a shitload for the sign that's out front. That sign's worth a lot. The inventory alone, I'm selling the store for cheaper than what the inventory is valued at. So. And I'm talking everything in God, the operating system alone with everything in the computer is worth a lot of money. And I'm even willing to help people get it running, keep it running for a while to teach them. So yes, I'm selling everything. Yeah, I guess a few in a barcade. I've seen the Vuelix. Yeah, those are cool. I probably wouldn't. I kind of want more of the, classic looking systems. David, it's negotiable. I think I might charge a little bit more if they keep the same name, and we would have to work something out with my business partner as well. I don't know. Probably keep the same name. But we would have to do some legal stuff to separate the two stores, or we would have to work something out. That would be the only bad thing because the credit would no longer transfer between the two places. So we could see. I even said that. I actually have it posted right now, and I said the naming rights. We could keep it the same for a while, and if you want to keep it, it would be negotiable. What? I don't know. I'd have to work that out. I haven't worked out all the details. Depends who's buying it and what they want to do. I like how you think, Priest Holmes. It reminds me of the Kanye West saying that not too long ago. But I've been selling games, just so you guys, I've been selling games. I've been working in a game store since 1993. And I kind of just want to, I love games. Love games. I'm never going to change loving games. But I kind of want to try something else as well. I want to open a barcade. So I really want to open a barcade. It's like an itch that I have to scratch. And in order to do that, though, I need to raise some money. So, and my business, unfortunately, I have a business partner. He doesn't want to get rid of the other store. So we made a compromise that we could sell this one to do the barcade. Golden Tee is a must for a barcade. So is like Silver Strike. Most likely Sandusky, David. I want to be in Sandusky. There is a possibility I might not be in Sandusky. I don't know. I don't have all the details worked out yet. And honestly, I'm not going to start really diving into it until I know for sure I can do it. Because when I do something like that, it's going to be like all or nothing, you know. I put everything into it. Krell, shut up. Tommy Boy is fake. Tommy Boy's a lie. Callahan Motors. I'd probably, that'd probably be a good thing to have referenced in it, though. Tommy Boy is not Sandusky. Actually, you cannot call it barcade. There are some guys in New York that have the rights to that name. You cannot call it barcade. I know what I would call it. I don't want to say on here, but I know what I'd call it. I have a cool name. Okay. Arcade Bar and Grill. Yeah. That's like the most generic name ever, Arcade Bar and Grill. That's funny though. So how do the Chiefs look this year, Priest? Are they going to be good? They were good last year. You got a good coach and everything. The Hanger. Call it the Hanger. Nice. Yeah, yeah. That name might be taken too, David, I think. Generic but highly informative. That reminds me of what was the movie where they had the store that was called Going Out of Business? The store was called Going Out of Business, so they always had a going out of business sale. That damn Hanger, I curse that place. Because now John no longer wants to do anything with arcade games. They did steal John's passion. It's because he's always fixing coin slots and stuff now. You know why? Because it's a job now, Carell. He's no longer doing it for fun. It's a job. He's about to start. All right, I'm going to get off anyway. I got to get out of here. So, Chiefs will be so-so. Mahomes. Well, good luck. I think the Browns will win 6 to 8 games. Throwing that out there. So, I will see you guys later. Goodbye. Thanks, everybody. It was awesome.